Okay, so a couple videos ago, well, a while ago, I did a video on this thing, the Stampede. Now, the reason why it's in multiple pieces is because me and a friend are doing a collaboration project on this. He's doing the internals, and I'm getting my hands dirty with painting it. So we're doing a paint job today. That is what we're doing. We're doing a paint job. More specifically, a hydro dip. So this is a tutorial on how you can turn your bland, boring, lame sauce nerf blasters into something really freaking cool. Unlike the Stampede. So, here's how we're going to do this. I'm going to tell you what the step is. And because most of the steps take two hands, I will do the step, show you the results, and then move on to the next step. Get set up for said next step. And then, yeah. Oh, yeah. Something along those lines. So, it should be generally all-purpose. Now, before you begin on this project, first thing you're going to have to do is any nerf blaster is take out all the internals and screws and things like these metal pieces, which I don't think I can get out, so those will have to stay in. But as much as you can, just strip it down to its bare bones. Separate your main shell from all of your other parts. And then from your other parts, you're going to have to decide which ones you want to dip and which ones you don't. Like this piece, I don't want black spray paint on this piece because it's an internal piece. But this, I want all black. So this ain't getting hydro dipped, but I'm going to prime it. So this is hydro dip pile, you could say, and this is just black paint pile. So you got all your barrel components are going there. And then out of these components, you'll need to do the stock is going to get hydro dipped. The last piece of the stock. This is just going to get black paint and such. You might want to leave some parts unpainted. Like I'm going to leave the scope piece unpainted, and like smaller components like the little pins for attachments I'm not going to paint, and I'm going to paint the trigger black. So yeah, so the trigger is going to be black, painted black, and yes, all this nonsense is also going to be painted black. So rails and stuff. Rails I'm probably going to do in a different color or just leave black. So yeah, that's all going to just be black and undipped, and the rest of this shenanigans is this is dipped, leave black. So separate your parts into piles. Keep your internals off to the side because painting them isn't really worth it. So just all your external pieces set off to the side, dipped, not dipped. Now the next step to do for this is to get rid of any texturing details that you do not want, as well as warning labels. So I'm going to get rid of every textured thing on here that I don't want, and then I'm going to I'll show you what I have once I'm done. So see you in a bit. Once this textured, and the warning label is, the caution labels are just all taken off. So see you in a sec. Okay, So I'm about to head outside to do this step. Now for this step, you'll either want to use, if you're going into a garage, you're going to want to open up your garage door and put a nice mat or an old mat underneath this, because you are spray painting now. This is the priming part of your blaster. So you'll need a primer. I use Rust-Oleum 2X paint. This is my go-to. And this step is very important because when you do the actual dip, any gaps, opening spaces in the paint where it'd be clear, you're going to see your base coat. So I always go for a neutral color. So either I recommend white, black, or any other color that you would be happy seeing bleeding through your dip. So I always go for a nice solid black, but it really is up to you. Just make sure you'd be happy seeing it through your dip. Now, these are all the pieces that I'm just going to paint black for now. I'm leaving them in this old paint box, but yeah. So I'm gonna go take this outside, show you exactly what I do to paint it, and then I'll do the rest by myself. So let's go. The sweet, sweet chill of a October in January. Of an December. It's December, it's Christmas time. So yeah. Dead grass, doesn't really matter, but just cover the whole blaster in spray paint in black till it's nice and evenly covered in black. So I'll keep doing something like that until I'm fully satisfied, usually going up, down, or side to side, whichever technique you prefer, whatever makes you the most comfortable for this step. So yeah, I'm just going to do exactly that for every single one of those parts to get them nice and primed. Now, because I'm doing a dip, I'm doing semi-gloss for the base coat, because oh boy, I like me dips glossy. Makes them look fancy. Alright, so I will prime all of my stuff, and I'll show you what I have when I'm done. So, see you in a bit. Okay, we're back. So what we got here is all the parts after they've been nicely primed. As you can see, I have it completely covered in black. No more yellow, gray, or silver. Just matte, flat black, or gloss black. That's what the original color is, and that's what it is now. So these are the parts I'm going to be hydro dipping, or all these guys here. The rest of these parts need a second coat because of stuff like that, and that, and this is a prime example. So these will need second coats, but I'm going to get the hydro dip itself done on these beautiful boys. So, I'm going to get everything set up to actually do a dip, and then I'll show you exactly how I'm going to dip it, and then I will do an example and come back. So, I'll get everything set up for the dip itself. And for the colors I am going to be using black, of course, because I have the most black, so that's just great filler. Orange, because it's my favorite color. And I don't know. Thinking gray. Orange, black, and gray. I think this will be a cool dip. Orange, black, gray dip. So I'm going to get all these cans shaken up. I'll get the tub of water filled, and outside we'll do the dip, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's all dried up, as well as the second coat of that. But first the dip. So I'll see you when I'm all ready to go. Okay, so what I did is I took all my colors and I just sprayed it into this tub of water and came out with this crazy design. And what you do is, with gloves of course, you take your blaster in a secure spot, you go at an angle, and then you just let it fall into the water. Ever so slowly, and you shake it away like this. Get as much of that off as possible. Really just clear the area pretty much. And then pull it out like so. And there's your print. There's your dip. Your final dip. Like so. So I'm going to do this a second time for the other half, and I will show you what it looks like when it's all dried up. So I will see you later. Okay, so here's what my two pieces look like after they've been dipped and dried. Something like this. Now, before I do the final touch, which is clear coating it, I need to do the final details. And to do that, I'm going to be hand brushing it, hand painting it. So, for that, I will be using Citadel gold, yes, retribution armor, or just gold, McCraig blue, Tamiya color, chrome silver are going to be my colors. So I'm going to paint this whole thing up in the colors that I so desire, and I will see you. I'll see you once I'm all done. In a bit. Peace. Okay, so here we have all the parts laid out. And I did do a little bit of went overboard on the detail work for these Nerf blasters because I added some decals. So, yeah, I went a little overboard. But, once all the decals have dried, and this paint has dried on these rails, which I think it already has, not half bad, not half bad, that'll look really good. I am going to clear coat it. And clear coat is this stuff. So once everything is dried, ready to go, not that stuff. That stuff's okay. I used glossy black, so it's cool. But the rest of this stuff in the box and the two blaster parts and the stock bit. So that stuff and that is going to get a coat of this. So I'll get this stuff set up outside once I am done. There was not enough vodka in the house to keep me sane when doing this paint job. What? Huh? Nothing at all. Yeah, so yeah, I have to get all that set up, and then I will show you exactly what I will be doing then. So, swiped outside. Okay, now that we're outside, this is the final step. Everything's painted up. Everything is in its final color. Now we just have to clear coat it so that ideally it will last a lot. The paint job will last a lot longer with this stuff, clear coat, than if you just normally paint it. Like, the paint will chip. So this stuff kind of prevents that. And if you use decals, it'll keep the decals on. So yes, it's time to clear coat. So for this stuff, you don't really need anything special. It's just exactly how you do priming. And it just cleans everything up too. Makes just everything set properly. Just like so. So I'm going to finish doing that for all these parts here. I will see you in the basement when I'm done. And that'll be it for the video. So, see you in a sec. Okay. So, as you can see, it's a lot glossier. It will get a little less glossy as it dries more. But yeah, I would leave this for about 24 hours. It's only been like half an hour for me, so it's super glossy, but it'll get a little bit less glossy than this in the future over the next 12 hours, so, or 22 hours. So yeah, this is what it looks like all glossed up, and once you've done this, you're done. Congratulations if you've been following this tutorial and you have just completed your first hydro dip. Congratulations, and thanks for using my video to follow along, to complete your first hydro dip. I am honored. This is just using all spray paint. All spray paint. The decals are just decals I had left over from models, so yeah, no big deal. Like, if you have decals that you want to use from model kits, if you paint model kits, then go for it. Like, go crazy. The possibilities are endless. Make sure that if you aren't allowed to bring stuff into your house or have a workspace, that you do it in the summer, ideally, so that you can leave it outside and air out and vent out so your parents aren't complaining about the smell. And have fun. Have at her. Enjoy. Thanks so very much for watching this video from start to finish if you have. And congrats, once again, congrats on completing your first hydro dip if you used my tutorial for completing your own hydro dip. If you have any questions or comments at all, comment section is yours. Have at her. I will definitely respond to you. So thanks again for watching. Can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Peace.